Mohamed Janabi has been elected the new World Health Organization Regional Director for Africa. That is the Arudi for Africa. Good day, viewers. Welcome to DDM Health News Updates on our program, Your Health, Your Wealth. I believe you had a wonderful weekend. Welcome back to a new week. I often remind you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Diaspora Digital Media, to get the latest on health. So what do you have today? Leading medical experts have warned that the excessive use of perfumes, deodorants, and body sprays containing harmful chemicals could cause cancer to the users. Oh my goodness. In separate interviews with DDM Healthwise, the internal medicine professionals explained that products containing harmful chemicals such as parabens, phthalates, aluminum, and triclosan, among others, were endocrine disrupting chemicals that could interfere with the body's normal hormone regulation. The stress that endocrine disruptors are molecular substances that are capable of altering the natural hormones of the human body, stating that hormones are chemical substances produced by organs in the body to regulate body function. The further noted that girls and women who constantly use such products were at risk of menstrual irregularities, fertility issues, early puberty, increased risks of hormone-sensitive cancers, and thyroid dysfunction. The experts also stated that males who use such products were also at risk of fertility problems, diabetes, and cancer, among other ailments. So nobody is out of this game. You understand? In the short term, some users were at risk of respiratory discomfort, such as sneezing and choking, while rashes and itching were other side effects. The physicians called for proper labeling of beauty and fragrance products with such chemicals, advising Nigerians to avoid such products. Please check your perfumes and deodorants and know the ingredients that make it up. What does it contain? Commenting on the matter, a professor of medicine and endocrinology at Bayero University, Kano, in Kano State, Andrew Uloku, stated that perfumes, sprays, deodorants, and antiperspirants could contain endocrine disruptors that interfere with the body's natural hormone production and regulation. He noted that some products could contain chemicals like parabens, phthalates, aluminum, and triclosan. Some of these chemicals are preservatives or added for fragrance, while others like aluminum are used in antiperspirants to reduce sweating. But they can alter the body's hormonal balance and lead to health problems. That is where the case is. The consultant physician and endocrinologist with the Amino Kano Teaching Hospital in Kano State further noted that while both men and women are affected, women are at higher risk due to higher usage of beauty and cosmetic products, which is true. We make use of cosmetic often. When you talk about beauty products generally and cosmetics, including body spray, the gender that uses them the most is the female gender. Yes, it's real. So it will be understandable that the gender that uses it the most will have the most issues. Yes. But it affects both males and females. Don't think because of your male you are exceptional. There is no restriction as to gender. But the more the use, the more the likelihood of affectation. That is just the fact there. So don't think because you're a male, maybe you can't easily contact such. No. On the short-term effects, the professor listed skin irritation, allergic reactions, rashes, itching, and respiratory distress, especially in people with sensitive airways. Inhaling strong perfumes can cause sneezing, choking sensations, and even acute allergic asthma attacks. Yes. Speaking on the health risks that could occur in the long-term consequences, Uloko said, in the long term, for both males and females, they can cause fertility problems. Please take note. Of course, fertility problems are more pronounced in females, yes. Maybe because females are the ones who come for evaluation the most for fertility challenges, yes, because they're the ones who carry the baby. But they can affect both males and females and can cause certain cancers. For example, skin cancers, breast cancer in females, and prostate cancer in males. So nobody is exceptional. Sometimes endocrine problems like thyroid disorders, for example, sometimes they can cause neurologic problems or what we call neurodevelopmental disorders, something like hypertension or hyperactivity disorders. Yes, these are the reaction of it. Again, they can cause metabolic problems like obesity, insulin resistance, and diabetes. In females, it could cause other reproductive problems like puberty occurring earlier than it should or being delayed. You can see a child of maybe, let's say, 15 to 18 years is not yet in puberty age. You can imagine. The puberty genes has not started developing. So, the president of the Endocrine and Metabolism Society of Nigeria further stated that's why some of the short-term efforts may be reversed by simply discontinuing use. Long-term complications might persist even after the products are stopped. So don't think maybe you've stopped the product, such might not occur because using it constantly, the more it affects your organs. So if cancer or diabetes has already developed due to long-term use, stopping the products alone may not reverse the condition. You will have to manage the illness as it is. Visit a specialist. Go to the hospital. On regulation, he called for a stronger framework, that is ULOCO, in Nigeria to monitor and control the chemical composition of beauty products. There should be policies to ban or limit the use of harmful substances. Regulatory bodies like NAFDAC and SUN must step in. Yes, they must step up on this. Also speaking, he cited past efforts like the ban on hydroquinone-containing creams as a positive example. Yes, but he added that more consistent action is needed. If action is not taken, I don't think people will survive on this. Yes, we hardly hear about regulatory actions anymore. There's a lot of work still to be done. So that is why the NAFDAC has to be involved in this. Also speaking, the endocrinologist warned of an increase of non-communicable disease if the current trend continues unchecked. If Nigeria becomes a dumping ground for unregulated cosmetic products, the future could see even more cases of cancer, infertility, diabetes, and other diseases. That is why you have to check yourself. Uloko urged Nigerians to consider healthier alternatives. Cut down the usage. Yes. Look at the cosmetics you use. What are the chemicals they are made for? Look for products labeled free of harmful chemicals. Prefer organic and natural alternatives. Even food choices matters in this aspect. Consume more fresh and antioxidants-rich foods like vitamin C and folates. They help in your body system. Oloko also emphasized the need for public awareness and further research into the link between cosmetic products usage and chronic health conditions. You can see, if peradventure you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you won't get this news. This is why I would say keep on subscribing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are a newcomer. Yes, the rise in non-communicable diseases is in our population today may not be unconnected with the products we use daily. So, Didon stated that, for his part, the president of Nigerian Association of Dermatologists, Professor Dasitima Outreach, stated that certain perfumes and cosmetics had the potential to cause hormonal disruptions. He explained that the presence of endocrine disrupting chemicals such as parabens, phthalates, and bisphenol A, among others, interfered with the body's hormonal systems, causing health problems. Didon said, certain cosmetics and perfume can potentially cause hormonal disruptions in women due to the presence of endocrine disrupting chemicals. These substances can interfere with the body's hormonal systems and are linked to a range of health issues. So, chemical ingredients such as parabens, phthalates, triclosan, and bisphenol A are responsible to cause all these ailments. So, please, I keep on repeating, check your deodorant, check your cosmetics, check your perfumes. Yes, continuing, the consultant dermatologist stated that these chemicals have the potential to cause menstrual irregularities, fertility issues, early puberty, increased risks of hormone sensitive cancers, cancer like breast cancer, and even thyroid dysfunction. To minimize the risks of these conditions, the NAD president advised individuals to choose fragrance-free of phthalates, paraben-free products, look for certified organic or eco-label products. Alterate further decried the lack of proper regulation of beauty and fragrance products in the country, stating that it was a contributing factor to hormonal disruptions. He, however, noted that there have been recalls for some products by companies that later identify some of these products. He also said that the continuous use of cosmetic products and fragrance with these harmful chemicals could lead to a rise in the prevalence of diseases. Please, I don't want you to be a victim of cancer because cancer is a very deadly disease. That is why I say you should look at of your cosmetics to make the right one, to choose the right one. Well, next, a Tanzanian professor, Mohamed Janabi, has been elected the new World Health Organization Regional Director for Africa. That is the ROD for Africa. Congratulations to him. The election took place during a special section of the WHO Regional Committee for Africa held on Sunday in Geneva ahead of the World Health Assembly. His election followed the appointment of Dr. Chikwe Ihekwazu as the Executive Director of the World Health Organization Health Emergencies Programs, who was acting as the WHO ROD for Africa. Ihekwazu was appointed the acting ROD for the organization in Africa in February 2025 after the death of Faustin Ndugile, who was elected the ROD in August 2024. Janabi, born on December 25th, 1962, is the senior advisor on health matters to Tanzanian President Samia Hassan and executive director of Muhimbili National Hospital in Tanzania. He was the executive director of the Jakaya Kikwete Cardiac Institute, Dar es Salaam, from 2014 to 2022. His vision, according to his curriculum vitae, that is his CV, is a healthier, resilient, and prosperous Africa where everyone has access to quality healthcare supported by equitable, innovative, and sustainable systems that ensure optimal well-being. His priorities are universal health coverage, maternal and child health, combating communicable and non-communicable diseases, primary health care, climate resilient health systems, health security, innovation and research, partnerships and collaboration, antimicrobial resistance, and domestic health financing. He has a postdoctoral fellowship in cardiology at Osaka University Hospital, Japan, in 2004. He also has PhD in cardiology, Graduate School of Medicine, Osaka, Japan, a Master of Tropical Health at Queensland Medical School, Australia, 1994, and a Doctor of Medicine, Kharkov Medical Institute, Ukraine, 1989. He is also a honorary professor at the Muhimbili University of Health and Allied Sciences, 2003, and adjunct professor in cardiology in Medical University of South Carolina, USA, in 2006. He is married and passionate about sports and has actively contributed to their development in Tanzania. From 2018 to June 2024, he served as a board member of Simba Sports Club, which achieved a CAF ranking of 7 during his tenure. Currently, Currently, he leads the Drug and Doping Committee for the East Africa hosted AFCON 2027, ensuring fair play and integrity in this prestigious tournament. Meanwhile, the Director General of WHO, Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, has congratulated Janabi after the election. Tedros, in a post on his X, posted, "You have earned the confidence and trust of the member states of the region. This is a great privilege and a very great responsibility. I assure you of my support and that of my colleagues in Geneva." That was what Mr. Ghebreyesus stated. Also, the WHO representative in Nigeria, Dr. Kazadi Molumbo, congratulated the new RD. Molumbo stated, "Congratulations, Prof. At Prof. Janabi on your election as new RD at WHO Afro by 47 member states. We look forward to welcoming you and implementing your new vision for Africa health development. We at WHO Nigeria look forward to working under your leadership and stand ready to contribute to fulfilling your vision of a healthier, better, and more competitive Africa." Congratulations to Mr. Janabi. Next, the public health expert, Professor Adebayo Onajole, has warned Nigerians against building residential homes near or on waste dumps, citing long-term environmental hazards and severe health implications. Speaking on the increasing trend of informal settlements springing up around landfill sites, Onajole, a professor of community medicine and epidemiology, said such developments were dangerous and often irreversible without significant government intervention. A well-structured urban planning strategy is essential to prevent residential areas from being located near landfill sites. People should also be discouraged from living or building homes on waste dumps or near them. You can see where a big waste dump is, and close there you go and build your house. No, it's not healthy at all. According to him, the decomposition of waste materials occurs at different rates, which creates an unstable foundation that may lead to building collapse or the gradual sinking of structures. You can imagine. These sites are not just unsanitary, they are unstable. That is, they can collapse at any time. Waste decomposes over time, sometimes emitting flammable gases or causing land instability, which could compromise the structural integrity of any building erected on it. Onajole noted that beyond structural concerns, living near dump sites exposes residents to toxic emissions, including harmful gases and metallic pollutants, which can cause chronic respiratory conditions and other health complications. Please, your health matters. Improperly managed landfill sites continue to pose severe health risks for generations. People who live in such environments, especially children, are exposed to long-term health dangers. So please, your child health matters, and also yours. Also speaking, he stated that the need for government intervention through environmental regulation and social support, the government should invest in social welfare programs and provide facilities to support scavengers who work in hazardous conditions without protection. Onajole further called on religious and community leaders to join efforts in sensitizing the public about the dangers of improper waste disposal and the risks of residing near dump sites. There needs to be a community-based approach to waste awareness. Leaders should educate people about the dangers of living close to these waste areas, as well as the need for sustainable waste management practices. Yes, there shouldn't be a dump close to your home. It causes a lot of hazard. The epidemiologists also raised alarm over the disposal of industrial waste, especially in areas where regulations are weak or properly enforced. Liquid industrial waste can seep into water sources or the soil, affecting entire communities. You can imagine. We need to prioritize waste recycling and ensure stricter enforcement of disposal regulations to prevent public health arises and also crises. Please, your health matters in everything you do. Watch your environment. Look around. Are there waste dumps over there? What are the next steps to take? These are the things you have to think over. Please, we appreciate your health. Your health means your world to us. So, with this, we come to the end of today's program on your health, your wealth. Please, viewers, don't forget to click on the like button, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is Diaspora Digital Media to get the latest on health. Well, until I come your way next time, I am Nenyo Michaelin Ezine. Thanks for watching. Do have a beautiful day ahead. Bye for now.